engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our...
Is this the right one? Yeah.
Is maybe engaging in diplomacy.
By the way, having J.D. Vance in there for Trump is awesome. That guy is so eloquent, so smart. I've never seen anybody who's able to vehemently disagree and say you're wrong and be really loving, right? And charming and respectful. The character on this guy is fantastic. I really wish I could have got through that movie, Hillbilly Elegy, because, I think he's just a really good guy. I really do. I got so much respect for this guy, right? And his ability to communicate and how smart he is. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so let's listen. So have him be your attack dog against Zelenskyy is fantastic for you.
We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring it on, buddy. I mean, Ken, this is J.D. fucking Vance. You should not get into a debate with him in public if you don't want to lose and make him look good. Right? And again, because he's so non-confrontational. But okay, yeah, again, I haven't even seen all of this. This is incredible.
So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took...
He's absolutely right about that. You can't argue with that fact, and I'm not pro-Zelenskyy at all, right? Yeah, and I think that was probably because of all the corruption going on in Ukraine. They saw how weak Ukraine was and how they thought Obama was weak as well, and they were proved right. Frankly, yeah, it was. We've seen this over and over and over again. The expert class being wrong, right? Which is my guess about what led to crime. But once it's there, you're fucked. Can't go back, mate. I'm sorry. Right? It happened. It happened before you were in power. It happened before Trump was in power. It happened. And you're fucked, right? That is it. So anyway, everyone say that escalated fast. In the chat. I'll get in the chat soon. Hey, fine. I'm glad there is support to watch this in.
He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014 and 2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal.
Don, that's what war. That he invaded you, right? And maybe you shouldn't have been talking about joining NATO so loudly, right? Maybe. I think you were taking the piss then, frankly. And I think I think this whole thing has come about because of you taking the piss, right? That doesn't excuse the dead people, right? You know, the invasion. It does. But like, I think England was as much the aggressor in World War II. We don't feel we were the aggressor at all, as Russia was. Can you say that? Because Russia actually did invade. We did invade. We declared war on them. Right. It was an ultimatum. Said if you don't, we go. But who attacked first is the question. I think probably the British attacked the Germans first. I don't know. See, my history is weak. Right. Anyway, it seemed to be them joining NATO would be the same as putting missiles in Cuba in '63. Right. It's called the Kennedy Doctrine. All right. It's like it's not like it came out of nowhere. And again, you were fucked over with the invasion of Crimea. Yeah, that's why Trump's here now, because the expert class fucked up. And I think they were able to fuck up because your country is riddled with intense corruption.
Signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it.
Yeah, I know. You signed with a bunch of pussies. We signed with Macron. Yeah, well, what the fuck do you expect? Really? I mean, you signed with Merkel. I mean, I know she's going to have more balls than Macron. Like, what are they going to do? What are these weak fucking pieces of shit going to do for you, darling? Really? Like, honestly, what's Keir Starmer going to do for you other than constrict the British? Which they're going to do. I think that might happen. Fuck me.
What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
He gets the security back. The Security Council briefings every fucking day.
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and
By the
I know.
way, okay, this is a bit I saw behind. This is masterful, right? This is absolutely masterful. Okay, he's trying to get JD Vance to go to Ukraine, right?
Been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all,
Like, what the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is he doing? What? Okay, this looks like to me he started a Barney on national fucking TV with Trump and Vance. Why would you think this is going to work out well? Is this some kind of deep state plan? You know, in the very open warfare between the deep state and the administration? Is it, or is he just like, fuck? Like, is he just a moron? What the hell?
well, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no
That escalated fast. Fuck me! Fuck me! You pissed off the Donald. The hair's getting brighter. Look at that.
position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. Like, what the fuck are you going to do?
very
From the
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I was
don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not
cards.
playing cards.
Right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What do you
Fuck me. Thank God somebody fucking said it. This fuckwit dickface. You're gambling with World War. Like, I would like to know how these pundits in Britain think you're going to defeat Russia without being destroyed. How do you think that's going to go down? Like practically. If you defeat Russia, they will kill you in defeat. That's what nuclear war is, right? They will deploy field nukes. This will happen. It will escalate, and you will all be killed. I know you're not going to win this war, and that's even without dying, even with America, right? Because that losing this is an existential threat to Russia, or at least the probability of it being an existential threat to Russia, meaning that they would willingly unleash their nuclear silos on the civilian communities of the world. There's enough of a chance of that. You don't want to fuck around, right? Oh, go for it, Donald.
You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
You've given them $350 billion, which you stolen half of.
You threw this stupid president $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment, and you men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have,
I'm so happy he's the president. I'm so sorry. This is the first time I'm seeing this live reaction, ladies and gentlemen. I am so fucking happy he's the president. Oh fuck yes, I agree with everything he's saying, and I agree with the tenor in which he's saying it. I agree with the force in which he's saying it. The only addition I would make, my only critique, Mr. President, I don't know. Listen, I'll leave it up to your mind of diplomacy, which you would know better than me. I just wish you had a sock, or you took off one of your socks, right, and you filled it with human excrement. Right, you tied the end like this and then slapped him around the fucking face. You've killed hundreds of thousands of fucking people here, gambling with everyone's fucking life. You fuckwit moron. Shut the fuck up. And maybe you can come out of this not living like a cunt. See, that's what I would do. But again, I think, yeah, I think Donald will probably handle it better. Let's see what he would do.
our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of times to American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements.
Oh, God, he's so smooth. He's so smooth. Holy shit. I mean, yeah, he's perfect for Trump.
Rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running low
I know.
on soldiers. Listen,
Please,
you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I wanted this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
That
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means. It
That was
wasn't
with
with
a
you.
guy named Biden who was not a smart person.
But this
That
is
was
your-
with,
this
that
is
was with
your
Obama.
Ah, God, this is awesome. Again, can you believe that this is the timeline we live in? Right. Oh. Okay. One of my greatest feelings as a religious person was in 2020 when the election was clearly, it was just clearly stolen. And then people were like, no, totally normal. Clear. And I was like, I couldn't see the good in it. I couldn't see, because I believe Trump was leading us into a messianic direction, in that, like, all the filth in the world, the lack of any form of public decency, right? And there's like these filthy values that infected the world. So I found an intolerable level, right? He was pushing back against, right? So I couldn't understand in a divine plan how this could possibly be a good thing, right? It was a real trouble I had with that at the time, right? It was a rough time of life in general, right? And now, holy shit, Trump 2025, it's so worth the 4 years of sheer, unrelenting misery and hell that 2020 to 2024 was. Oh, God, they were awful years. Oh, man. We're just pulling away. It's like 2 months, right? We're just pulling away them long enough to be able to look at them with any kind of perspective. And fuck me, they were awful. That block of time was fucking awful. What was there good to watch other than Picard season 3? I know. Fuck me. It was a low point, worth every bit of penny, right? Every bit of to watch this reality smash through.
So it was your president.
Excuse me, that was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more.
He likes that. Yeah, I mean, like, literally bed sheets.
More thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards, but without us, you don't have any cards.
Yeah, but that's the truth, Zelenskyy. Again, do you think England's going to introduce conscription to have your fucking back? Where's all the guns going to come from? Where are the bullets going to come from? Where are all your resources? All right, you're fucking broke. You're going to bankrupt Europe. And again, if you win, then everybody fucking dies. You fuckwit moron. Oh, God.
Mr. Vice President, I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make.
I have to tell you. This is the first time I'm watching this. I'm obviously very biased, pro-Trump. I think he's done a wonderful job. Okay? I think he did a wonderful job. This is outrageous. Oh, this is fantastic. Again, that we live in this timeline is fucking awesome.
Because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do we do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you.
It's like having Avon as the president. Okay, can we get an AI filter to change it into Paul Darrow dressed to say, they respect me?
Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was a...
They could have done because of that insanity, saying that he stole the election, right? Totally could have ended up in a war. I tell you, it's unbelievable. Oh, I just got what's this? I thought I just got something from my son. Hang on now. Oh, he called me an hour ago. Never mind. Never mind. He's on his way home. My wife just drove to Gaza to pick him up. By the way, one of the major escalation is I think is going to be here. The news is reporting a major offensive being planned something to do with America evacuating civilians and on maybe 150 fronts, right? It's like a massive, and Israel will go and clean up, right? That could well be happening very soon, right? Very, very soon. Anyway, back over to the other war.
Accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign...
I mean, everything he's telling him is correct. He's being a good friend. Fuck you. He is being a good friend. I'll say this. If Zelenskyy listens and learns his lesson, right, and does what he's told, this will be forgotten. And everything can be sweet. It's really, that's really the truth of it. This is wild stuff.
That deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think?
What's this negotiation?
This is going to be great television, I will say that. All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thanks, sir.
I need the back of this.
We'll see. I don't know.
By the way, hanging up in his Oval Office is a picture of it. It's his mugshot. Let me see if I can pull that up. That's so funny. I love that. But again, here, 1 second. Oh, 1 second. Here it comes. Share screen. Again, look at the difference in body language. It's so, again, you went up against Trump and KD Vance. That's really dumb. Okay, that's real. That you sound like somebody who can't be trusted with $350 billion. I know. So this is the Oval Office, right? See behind Marco Rubio. I know Marco Rubio had a very good response to it. It's a his mugshot. Look at that, hanging right up there. Oh, that is awesome. Awesome. Good for you, Donald. Anyway, let's wrap this up.
Guys, come on. Guys, come on. Let's move.
Oh, they wrap that. Man, fuck around and find out. Trump Zelenskyy. I've been looking for like right-wing news critical of Trump I don't see how anybody is any way critical of Trump. Right? I really don't, but man. I know why, because you spent the last, 2-3 years building up Zelenskyy as being this big fucking hero. He's not. He's a creepy little con man, and he always fucking was. Right? You can't trust the word coming out of his mouth. Right? Yeah, he's a creepy little douchebag. Right? That's I mean, and not for okay. If you say anything that's not the party line, everybody goes, "Oh, you like Putin? You like hair?" I mean, I think Putin is worse than Zelenskyy, but only marginally, frankly, right? Again, I don't know, right? I don't know. As far as I understand it, the Russians invaded areas of Ukraine that were Russian-speaking and were in the middle of being bombed by the Ukrainian Azov division brigade of Nazis, right? I think that, is that true? I think, but who knows? I think that's true, right? I do believe it true. But again, Who knows, right? Who knows? Because again, if I was an expert from 2010, I'll tell you. But that's what there's so much they scrub from the internet about Ukraine, about how insanely corrupt it was. So yeah, look, I think this is not support of Putin, and I shouldn't have to say that every time. I just talk about basic truth and reality. But there's just this hysteria that Zelenskyy is a hero. He's fucking not, right? As far as I understand it, the Russians and the Ukrainians have the same battle tactics, which is to throw as many bodies you have at something until it breaks, right? In World War II, the Germans and the Americans and British were interested in making precise, accurate weapons that could have a massive effect. And the Russians just mass-produced tanks. They were shit. Their weapons were absolute garbage, but they mass-produced them, right? And they flooded them. That trouble is, there's what? How many million live in Ukraine? About 10% have fled the country. 60 million or something. I really don't know. All right, I really know. But it's 480 million in Russia. So Putin hasn't had to start conscripting the middle class kids yet, right? So that will be a problem for him. And again, I just don't see a world where he's forced out of Crimea and the Donbass, right? And he doesn't nuke England. I just don't see that world happening. I'm sorry, right? And these claims that he just wants to push forward, I don't think so. Right? I haven't seen anything to indicate that. Again, doesn't mean it's not there. No, it just means I think the people who are screaming to keep this war going are full of doo-doo, right? And look, mostly it's just they hate Trump. And I think Trump says, this meme says it all, right? I am pro-oxygen, sweet, beautiful oxygen, liberals. Exactly. They're absolutely batshit crazy, right? They're absolutely batshit crazy. So anyway, there was a European emergency summit for Zelenskyy, right? And actually, I have footage from it right now. And then, again, they started talking about Trump. His name came up, and it didn't go down well, right? It didn't go down well. They were a bit crazy about it, right? They're a bit crazy. Here, look what happened. Angela Merkel.
What do you feel?
Oh, that's Kirsten. Yeah, these are the girls at parties you don't want to talk to. And why is a fat chick there? Honestly, you have a bunch of reasonably hot women banging sticks who were her, really? You look. That one looks like she has more rage to get out. What is up with you, darling?
Give it to them! What are they trying to take?
Yeah, that's all normal, right? Okay, this is what it really looks like. Far less exciting. Oh, that's wrong one. Sorry, okay, I wasn't even that. If I thought of that, that would have been funny, right? No, this is a real one. Here we go. Starmer is such a weird dick. Let's see that. Gareth Roberts, where was it? He put something out, which I thought. I love Gareth Roberts on Twitter, right? He's always an entertaining Twitter read. Yeah, it was Old Man Roberts, I think. Old man. Where did they put Gareth Roberts? Gareth. Roberts, where is it? Oh, there he is. Doink. Anyway, what was he put on? Well, there's that we're going to look at in a second. Wait. Fine, so somebody's... Yeah. We'll read the whole quote, right? Because I think it's quite apropos. All right, and I have no idea who's saying this. This is something that was here we go. Share screen. There you go. I really feel like I'm living in a parallel universe, said Burnside. Who's Burnside? Who's a community leader, apparently. And a social media influencer. Okay. Starmer seems to be portraying himself as a modern-day Palmerston on the international stage. Who's Palmerston? I should know that. Hang on. Palmerston. Who's the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? What's he famous for? Known as Lord Palmerston, was a British statesman and politician who served as Prime Minister from 1859 to 18. Okay, 3 years of blah blah blah. I guess he was a famous for I don't know. What's he famous for? Here we go. Lord Palmerston became enormously popular thanks to his assertive and manly foreign policy, which proclaimed Britain's values as a model for the world to follow. Really? That's Starmer, is it? I don't see it so much, right? Well, yeah. I mean, look, England is the wokest country in the world now, right? England is where woke went to die. Literally, it's so embarrassing. Like woke. It went through all of Europe and ate them up and destroyed them. Right, and it's where it went to die. England is where woke went to die. On the international, while behaving like Pol Pot domestically. That is true, right? He's behaving in a way internationally that's completely contradicts his domestic policies. It's actually fucking insane. We live in fucking insane society. It's deeply strange, says Gareth. Right, it's deeply strange, says Gareth. The veil often placed over US power to smooth the Europeans' pride is being removed, but at the core of European demand in the horror at this exposure is for the US to maintain overstretch and exercise power it doesn't have. Exactly, right? Exactly. Oh, man, I'm enjoying his Twitter feed here. What's this? Panicking TV industry demands Netflix tax to fund French-style cultural stuff. Fuck off. I agree with you, Gareth. Anyway, I digress. So the Daily Mail, weirdly, and I thought Daily Mail would have been like super right wing, right? I thought it would have been like very pro-Trump, but again, what do I know, right? What do I know? They came out with this like, to me it seems batshit insane. Amid outrage over U.S. President's humiliation of Zelenskyy. How did it? Okay, no, the others who humiliated Zelenskyy was Zelenskyy. He wanted Russia. He tried to strong arm Trump to say bad things about Putin. Says, "Well, we're trying to make a deal. I'm not going to say bad things about him. That would be insane, right?" And then he went off and said, "Oh, diplomacy. How will it get us?" I'm like, again, look at that. That's how to treat a war hero. He's not a war hero. Fucking loser. Honestly, I can say this without fear of contradiction. My sons are more war heroes than that fuck. He's not a fucking war hero. I wish they'll treat Winston Churchill with the same reference they treat Zelenskyy. Again, here, we watched it yesterday in depth. Let's pull up a couple of things. I don't see him. I see Trump like, putting up with this idiot little child who he eventually has to spank.
Engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden.
Right. So basically, it was just saying that he wanted Trump to say something bad about Putin, and he says no. I want to make a deal. So JD Vance just destroyed him, and then this schmuck comes back at him.
Our big parts of Ukraine, part of East, and
yeah, okay, I understand, because you're a corrupt fuck. That's why. And Trump is listening, and I love it the moment where he actually snaps.
Bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
Because he's fucking paying for your fucking problems. Oh, wait, how do you say what problems? Because of the paycheck. I can see the credit card bill, you dumb fuck. And a lot of it is going to escort services, weirdly enough.
I've been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched in.
All right, and again, I'm not going through the whole thing again, but this is brilliant. Vance just says, no, you just use me for propaganda, right? And then.
And don't feel now, but you will feel it.
Yeah, this is it. This is where Trump snaps.
Questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean. And don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
That was a mistake. That Trump was like, what the?
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't know
God bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us.
I mean, he's like saying, look, it's my job that they don't feel it. Don't tell me I'm not doing my fucking job. I'll fucking kill you.
What we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
Not
You're in
dictating.
no position.
I mean, like, exactly. This is taking the veneer off the American Euro politics. You are America's bitch. You are dependent on America. This is how you made yourself, right? If you want to leave NATO, sayonara, right? And you know what? The cash cow they've been milking from him is dried up, which is why they're squealing like bitches.
To dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not
cards.
playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president.
lives.
Like, why is he talking over his patron?
Of millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
what you're
You're
speaking
gambling
about?
with
What you're
World
speaking
War
about?
III. And
Yeah.
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
And as he was talking while Trump was talking, it's disgusting.
I'm
That's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you.
you.
Far more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition.
Right. If we're going to get petty and pulls up, this Trump just slamming him again.
Wait a minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a
ask?
lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've
Because we've been paying you.
been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank you.
president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me.
equipment,
Why is he talking? How dare he talk? I honestly, now I'm watching it again. I'm more offended.
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Yeah, I fucked him up. And then apparently he wanted to come back later that day. I don't think he realized how much he fucked himself in the ass. So what are they talking about? You fucking weirdos. Here, let's go dailymail.com. Daily Mail. Does everybody hate Daily? Who is Daily Mail for then? What's this? Yeah, one sec. And I love it. It's like Star Wars trying to make himself seem like a statesman. Okay, you can't fight Russia without America. That's not going to happen. And if you need a wake-up call, mate, right? You need a serious wake-up call if you think you can. You can't. And again, if you win, then the chance of you being destroyed is high, right? Is very high. Starmer gathers European coalition willing to take on Ukraine amid fears that Trump will abandon the continent in the new brew. No, all he said was try and be a bit polite. Let's try and end this fucking war, so people don't have to keep dying. People are fucked up. Like, what's wrong with that? Coalition of the willing. It's again, if again, these people are not willing because if they get their way, they're going to conscript you. This Zelensky's correct. J.D. Vance and the others eagle eyes claim Ukrainian president aimed inside Trump's VP during explosive clash, which he started. Yeah, I'm sorry. He absolutely started. Can I find this opinion, please? Elon Musk says Jews should leave both NATO and the UN. That would be interesting, right? That would be interesting. One second. Did they called a bitch face? Who gives a shit? Okay, but there should be links to other articles, though. Do you think... I don't care. Are there links to any other articles? Or is it not online? You know, you write a headline that vaguely interests me, and I go and look for it. I can't fucking find it. Daily fucking Mail. Oh, what are we going to look for? Now stop the state visit for bully Trump. Okay, let's try that. Now stop the state visit for... How's he... Again, he's not letting himself be bullied. Trump. Let's see what comes up with that. Dun, 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 dun. No, really? I can't find it. But I don't know what their problem is. Okay, here we go. That is an article about it. Degraded spectacle. Tories urged Starmer to cancel Trump's state visit after a furious Zelenskyy bust-up. What? Again? How is it that Zelenskyy didn't stop that? Let's see what they're going to say. A shadow minister, maybe insisted that King Charles should not have to make up for Starmer's diplomatic failings. Well, kind of, he is. He does. I'm sorry. Top Tories, who, and this is why they are way behind reform, right? Top Tories urged Keir Starmer to axe Donald Trump's second state visit, insisting that the king should not have to make up for the PM's diplomatic failure. Oh, again, this is why I fucking hate the Tories. They're just looking to score points. They're not looking to make anything better. It strikes me now. Look, Nigel Farage, in my estimation, is somewhat ignoring his base to become the acceptable face of being a PM, right? And I'm not so on board with that. Like, I'm not so on board with him throwing Tommy Robinson under the bus. And I understand the necessity of it, and frankly, I trust his judgment. And the other thing is, if you have peace or happy relations with Russia, right? They don't end up getting in bed with China, who they don't really like. It's just such a dumb move. One shadow minister demanded that such a trip should be cancelled until the steadfastness of the U.S. commitment to her allies is assured. Again, pay your fucking bill. Pay your bill. 5% of GDP to NATO. Pay your bill. You're at 2.3%. And you said, oh, and you feel like you're a big boy because you upped it to 5%. Again, how much do you think it's going to be without America bankrolling you? Right? How much do you think it's going to bankrupt all your countries? When Starmer held a bilateral meeting with Trump in Washington last week, the PM offered the president a letter from His Majesty inviting him. This is one of the smartest things that Starmer's ever done. Genuinely, right? One of the absolute smartest things that Starmer's ever done. A letter from His Majesty inviting him for a second state visit just one day before his clash with Vladimir Zelenskyy in the Oval Office. However, since posted bust up with Ukraine, with the Ukrainian president in the White House, Shadow Home Secretary Elisa Kurz has come out to urge the PM to cancel the outgoing. She's a dick, isn't she? State visit should not be conferred on the most should be conferred on the most honourable of allies, not to curry favour. Again, I think Trump was talking to him like a friend, frankly. You can't win this without her. Well, she's, a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Looks like a good swimmer. Snowflake should proceed until steadfast U.S. commitment to our allies is assured. Okay, pay your fucking bills. Pay your fucking bills. Are you going to do that? No, you're not, are you? He's managed to have to carry the weight of chaos. So he's just trying to stir up chaos. Is there anything else about this on GB News? Let's have a look. Keir Starmer addresses nation after major summit. Oh, God. Can anybody stay awake during that? Starmer's cabinet ministers who demanded Trump be banned from Britain in 2019. Oh, man, Lammy is a moron. Lammy is an absolute... I wonder what Nigel Farage had to say about it. Let's have a look. And then we got to look at something much more important. Nigel Farage, there you go. And I love how people have no clue. Like, what's that video? So here, let me see if I can pull that up. How was it? It was from Talk TV. A couple of people talking, and they had literally no clue what was going on. Yeah, that's actually a really good example. Where was that? Yeah, this is like literally like Dumb and Dumber talking. Hang on. Doing. Yep, it's downloading now. But does he say anything about it? The spat last night in the White House is regrettable and will make Walton feel the winner. That's true. That's 100% true. I agree with that. But this is not the end of the story. Far from it. A peace deal is essential, and Ukraine needs the right security guarantees, which they were trying to give it. But yeah, okay, this is it. This is the level of insanely stupid punditry that I've seen.
The Mail. Now stop the state visit for bully Trump, they say.
Right, this is what I heard.
Trump's state visit to Britain should be shelved in the wake of his astonishing White House tirade against President Zelenskyy.
That was a tirade. He was being bullied by a pipsqueak.
I mean, I wasn't impressed by what Donald Trump did or said or how it was done. And in particular, I was concerned about J.D. Vance. But
what were you concerned about? Again, what were you concerned about when he said we need to negotiate a peace? I don't understand. Okay, well, you don't like that J.D. Vance has called out Europe and England particularly for not sharing Western values, because you don't.
I think if anybody who understands Donald Trump understands his modus operandi.
I understood it. Every normal person understood what was going on. Literally every normal person understood that. Oh, sorry.
President Zelenskyy was welcomed here, cheers and applause and various things and a hug outside Downing Street and all that stuff. And that's what he's used to. He's used to getting standing ovations and various other things. So Donald Trump knows that he's very popular and very successful, but also...
He's not popular and successful. He's only popular and successful against you fuckwit morons. People don't like him. He's not popular and successful. So his theory is going to be Trump was jealous.
Sticking his heels in. When you have that and you are trying to broker a deal where you are going to have people on both sides, if you want to get a peace deal moving, he knows that he's got to have a sort of tantrum before he can bring people back to...
Again, it was Zelenskyy who had the tantrum.
The table. Is that me giving Donald Trump perhaps too much credit, or the fact that...
No, it's you completely not understanding what's going on because you're a fuckwit moron, right? Trump has bankrolled America, and the American people has bankrolled this war. And you couldn't afford it without them, and they gave them way too much money, and the money they shouldn't have given, and they've lost, was it $150 billion in corruption? Right, it is not going well. Right, it's not going. And like this delusion, you can survive without him. And he's sitting there being talked back to by this little pipsqueak who he's trying to save. Yeah, that wasn't a tirade. He was being very nice. Right, he was being very nice to Zelenskyy, and Zelenskyy was talking over him. Excuse me, you're again. You clearly don't like Donald Trump. And the reason you don't like Donald Trump, I think both these people, is because he shows you what absolute morons the expert class is.
Eddie Vance just doesn't understand European politics and was making...
No, he understands as well. He understands it better than you. You don't have freedom of speech. You guys are heading headlong into totalitarianism. Yeah, try saying that 3 times when you're drunk.
Some really rather crass remarks.
Well, what crass remark? I'm sorry, rubbed your little feathers up the wrong way. You don't have freedom of speech. You grill Jannies for mean tweets, and Labour MPs who beat people to the floor, like to semi-consciousness, get 10 days. 2-tier here, 2-tier England. Put rainbow flags up everywhere. You're a fucking disgrace to the world. You're a disgrace to England.
We saw in this extraordinary press conference was something we'd never seen before. We'd never seen world leaders have such an emotional fight, like a barroom brawl.
That wasn't like a barroom brawl, you pussy.
Sometimes when I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, is this the Oval Office or an outpatient department? And so we'd never...
Like again, the only person being crazy in that was Zelenskyy. I don't get it. I don't get it. These people are insane. Right. However, the Trumpster, being the Trumpster, has managed to pull out a major win from that press conference. He's got a an endorsement deal. Look at this. Hitting the advertisements today. Incredible.
Cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
Let's say that again, Donald.
You don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
Genuinely, who is going to get Ukraine out of this war in a better position than Donald Trump? Do you really think you're going to beat Russia? Right? The country with the most nuclear weapons. And again, if you do you think people will go, okie dokie then, or do you think he might nuke the world? I think he might nuke the world. Don't you? Yeah. You just do like, turn back. Okay, who are you people? Okay, this meme says it all. This meme explains everything to these weirdos. I am pro-oxygen, sweet, beautiful oxygen liberals. No! And they will destroy themselves. They'll destroy themselves and destroy the world. Okay. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.